This Sunday, all roads lead to the Etihad. The two best teams in the Premier League by a country mile go head to head at 4:30 on Sunday. Pep Guardiola has 8 wins over Jurgen Klopp, and vice versa. Jurgen Klopp has 8 wins over Pep Guardiola. We have a lot to get through in this video, my friends. I am going to take you through my predicted 11 and score predictions ahead of this game coming up at the weekend. The biggest game, dare I say it, in a very, very long time. I would say in the Premier League history, but Manchester City's win over QPR was pretty iconic in all fairness. So look, welcome along. This is my preview and score prediction ahead of the Manchester City-Liverpool game on Sunday. This video has been brought to you with thanks to our friends at Surfshark, the best VPN provider currently on the market. You can get yourself 83% off and 3 months additional free, meaning you get 15 months for the price of 12 with the link in the video description below or the code Anfield Agenda. Unlock the world's largest Netflix libraries, use the most secure, uncrackable encryption known to human race on there right now with our friends at Surfshark. Nothing else to say, best VPN bar none. Look, I have gone back and forth in my mind with this game all week. I have gone through fear, I have gone through anger, I have gone through frustration, and I'm sure we'll go through every one of those emotions before the game comes to an end at 6:30 or so on Sunday evening. Let me start out with the appointments. I want to put this out there straight away. I don't think neither myself, Liverpool fans, or Manchester City fans are going to be overly happy with the appointment of Anthony Taylor as the official for the game. That in mind, I think that cancels each other out then. So we all agree that we're not happy with it, City fans aren't happy with it. But what really, really makes me angry is Paul Tierney on VAR. For obvious reasons for us Liverpool fans. Look, this is a game that the eyes of the world are going to be on the Premier League. This is a game that will be beamed into households on every part of the world. Every country, every city, every town, everywhere in the world, all eyes will be focused on the Premier League. And the PGMOL, the Premier League, the FA, they had an opportunity to make sure the best sets of officials were there for the biggest game in maybe the history of the Premier League. I don't know. Maybe that's overselling it, but I just don't like the appointments. I think Michael Oliver could have been the referee, and I feel like we could have had 2 non-Manchester or Greater Manchester-based people officiating the game in the most important positions, which are, of course, the referee and the VAR official. So I hope that I come on here on Sunday evening and I'm either congratulating us on beating Manchester City, talking about a draw, or perhaps going on and talking about Manchester City winning. But I hope it is because of a football performance and not a little sneaky, snidey refereeing performance that leaves a bit of taste in the mouth for everybody involved. You know, it is the 2 greatest teams in Europe, in my opinion, right now. Manchester City and Liverpool. I don't like Manchester City as a football club, the way it's run. But I have every respect for the Manchester City supporters, for Pep Guardiola, and for those Manchester City players. And we are going to see the 2 best squads in Europe, on my mind, going at it on Sunday. So look, with that in mind, let me take you through my score prediction, my starting 11 prediction, and explain to you why I've gone with what I have. So look, for Manchester City, it looks like maybe no Stones, no Diaz. They are going to have to come up with a way to try and keep out the Liverpool attack, and vice versa. We know that, you know, Phil Foden's in unbelievable form. Kevin De Bruyne is a fantastic footballer. Bernardo Silva is supremely talented. So who has the nuts to really go for this game? Because we don't want to see 2 managers being passive. We don't want to see a game where the teams cancel each other out, which often happens in these big games. How many times have we seen the big build-up being given to a Liverpool United or a Manchester United or a Chelsea City or whoever it is, and the game just kind of cancel each other out and we get these dull 0-0 affairs. I hope Jurgen Klopp takes the game by the scruff of the neck and really tries to go at Manchester City. So look, with that in mind, let me start with my score prediction for this one. 2-2. That's it. That's my honest prediction. I could have come on here like I always do and predict a Liverpool win. I could have found a way to predict a Manchester City win. But the truth is, I honestly don't know. And I don't think any of us can confidently predict an outcome for this game. So maybe it's subconsciously me thinking that a draw still keeps the title race wide open. 1 point between the 2 teams then. And, you know, both have some tricky enough games to play with other distractions as well. So I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to stick with a 2-2 draw at the Etihad. And I think that will keep the title race moving right along. I do feel a win for either team. Look, it's not absolutely going to close off the title race, but I do feel that a win for either team will will certainly put the odds massively in their favour for the end of the season. I mean, if you look at the fixtures, we've got some difficult games ourselves. Obviously, we've got a Manchester United team coming with a point to prove. We've got Everton who are fighting relegation. And look, City's fixtures aren't probably what I as a Liverpool fan would have hoped. But look, at the end of the day, you play 38 games in the Premier League. Everybody plays everybody twice. And yeah, may the best team win. So look, here's my predicted 11. Anyway, let me explain to you why I've made each decision. In goal, Alison Becker. I think that's fairly self-explanatory. To my mind, Alison Becker is the best goalkeeper in the world right now. And I don't say that lightly, because I'm well aware De Gea is a fantastic keeper. Neuer's a great keeper. Ederson himself's a very good keeper. But I really do believe that I wouldn't change Alison for anyone. Centre-back pairing. I've gone with Joel Matip, and it isn't because of the little faux pas that was made by Canade against Benfica. I would have always gone for Joel Matip in this game, because I think Joel Matip's experience will come to the fore here, and again, his range of passing I believe is better than Canade's. Carrying the ball forward I believe he's better than Canade as well if we're looking to break a line, and I just think him and Van Dijk have made just fantastic progress as a duo this season. So Matip and Van Dijk, my two centre backs. Wide area, no surprise there. Robbo at left back, Trent Alexander-Arnold at right back. This is going to be an interesting game from the full-back positions as well, because obviously João Cancelo at Manchester City is phenomenal. One hell of a talented footballer, and has very similar attributes or very similar influence on the Manchester City team that Trent Alexander-Arnold will have on our team. So will we see a game where maybe Phil Foden looks to try and pen Trent Alexander-Arnold back in? Will he need support from maybe Jordan Henderson or whoever plays in midfield? Will Robbo maybe try and do the same to João Cancelo on the other side? Will he try and force him back? Let's wait and see. Or actually, if Cancelo plays on the left, then it'll be Cancelo and Foden up against Trent, wouldn't it? So yeah, I mean, look, there's loads of little subplots and little individual battles around the pitch. And this is before we get to the point about will one of the two managers overthink it. You know, it's very easy to do it in these games. And look, Pep has been labelled as an overthinker many times. But I have to say, even just as a fan, me sitting at home building up to this game, I've probably gone back and forth 20 times trying to pick a best 11. We'll move into midfield now, my friends. And this is what I've gone with. Fabinho in the holding midfield role. Thiago Alcantara on the left. And Naby Keita on the right. Now look, hear me out. I know a lot of people will be expecting me to put Jordan Henderson in on the right hand side, and 9 out of 10 games that would be my answer, to go with Jordan Henderson, because of the protection that he will help provide to Trent, because of the link-up play with Mohamed Salah along that right hand side. But I can't help but point you to the 45 minutes against Benfica in the first half. The first time we've really got to see Fabinho, Thiago and Naby Keita starting a game together. I believe we created the most chances we've created in a 45 minute period with those guys. And look, I know Manchester City are not Benfica. I know Manchester City are infinitely better. But I want us to go to the Etihad and be on the front foot. I want us to be proactive. And I want us to try and impose our game on Manchester City, and not to be another one of those games where we sit back and we try and play on the counter. I think Liverpool are at their best when we cause chaos. So I'd like us to really go on the front foot. That's why I've gone for Naby Keita. If Jordan Henderson plays, look, I've got no qualms about that. He's our captain. I love the man. He's magnificent. This is just me trying to maybe second guess Pep a little bit, and maybe throw a bit of a curveball in there. Or have I overthunk it, just like I've accused Pep of doing? Moving up to the top now, I'm going to go with Luis Diaz on the left and Mohamed Salah on the right. You can't drop Salah in these games. It doesn't matter if his form has been a bit shaky for the last 7 games. He is still Mohamed Salah. He still shows up against Manchester City. You just have to look back to the game at Anfield to see how amazing he was. I mean, the goals he scored against City have been phenomenal. Luis Diaz is an unknown to Manchester City, for Liverpool I should say, and his form since he's come in has been more than we could have hoped for, I believe. You know, his performance against Benfica, phenomenal, very unselfishly laying the ball off to Mane, capped it off with a great individual goal himself when he took it around the keeper, slotted it home. So I want to see Luis Diaz on the left. And the big question then came with, who do I want to play through the centre? Do I go with Bobby Firmino, which was probably the safe option, because Bobby Firmino will defend like an animal from the front. He will close down, he will press, he will link up play, and he'll do a lot of good things. Will I go with Diogo Jota? Because Diogo Jota has this knack of picking up goals in important moments, and he's in good vein of form right now at Liverpool as well. But no, I'm going for Sadio Mane, because I've actually loved seeing Sadio Mane playing in the central role for Liverpool. So yeah, that's my 11. Sadio Mane through the centre, Luis Diaz on the left, Mohamed Salah on the right, Thiago, Fabinho and Naby Keita in midfield, Alisson in goal, Trent at right back, Andy Robertson at left back with Joel Matip and Virgil van Dijk. It is going to be a nerve-wracking 2 hours, my friends, and we will be live for it, of course, on the Anfield Agenda YouTube channel this weekend, starting an hour before kickoff, so our coverage will start at 3:30. Thank you to you guys for tuning in. Thank you to our sponsor Surfshark as well. Let me know your score prediction or your thoughts on my starting 11 in the comment section below, and most importantly, have yourselves a fantastic Friday and a start to the weekend. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.